Hello, everyone, and welcome to Base Watches. After receiving tremendously great response on our list of the best watches under $500, we decided to extend the budget and provide additional models at a higher price. When purchasing a watch, the buyer has two grounds of contention: breaking the $1,000 price point and breaking the $3,000 price tag. So today, we decided to investigate the latter. For something under $500, a splurge is typically justified. With $1,000, it requires more thought. We would make the work easier for our viewers. Without further ado, let us begin. The Timx Reissue 38mm is a modern take on a classic 1970 design, demonstrating Timex's ability to combine legacy and contemporary flair. The case casing exudes neo-vintage goodness throughout. The 38mm case with its hooded lugs embodies 1970 watch style and has an appealing mix of finishes. The transition from one sort of finish to the next is beautifully done for the price, and it appears to be better performed than what I've seen on other Timex items in this price range. The watch has a slim profile measuring 12.4mm to the top of the domed acrylic. The case is segmented via a multifaceted mid-case, the caseback, and the bezel and crystal, so the whole thing looks and feels much slimmer than its dimensions might suggest. The bezel is non-ratcheting and rotates in both directions with a satisfying degree of resistance. The insert's classic Pepsi color scheme is easy to love. The teeth offer a nice tactile grip, and the top of the bezel sits on a blue platform that rotates along with it. It's a nice little pop of color and helps visually break up the case profile. The movement inside the watch is a Seiko Epson PC33, a relatively inexpensive quartz caliber designed for several different Seiko, Loris, and Pulsar models. One quirk of this caliber is that it has a day and date at 3 o'clock. In conclusion, the Timx Reissue 38mm is a well-executed homage to a classic design, showcasing Timex's ability to reinterpret its heritage for a modern audience. The Tissot PRX is one of the rare watches with no restrictions. It's simply a fun, well-designed, and reasonably priced watch, a type that seems to be in scarce supply these days. Let's start with the PRX PowerMatic 35mm specifications. It's 10.9mm thick and 39mm from lug to lug, however it wears like 44mm long because to the fixed first bracelet link. The case finish is similar to the larger PRX, largely brushed but with lots of polished surfaces for contrast, such as the bezel, case bevels, and inner flanks of the bracelet. The bracelet tapers nicely to a butterfly clasp. The clasp feels a bit plastic-y and doesn't have the satisfying click of a more expensive bracelet, but I think such satisfaction costs more than $700 in 2023. There's no micro-adjust, but the bracelet links are relatively short, and I didn't have a problem finding an excellent fit. The same PowerMatic 80 caliber, based on the ETA-C07, ticks inside the 35mm PRX, visible through a sapphire case back. It has an 80-hour power reserve, modifying the standard ETA 2824 to beat at a slower 3 Hz. There's been some misconception that this movement is neither serviceable nor contains plastic parts. The pilot fork and escape wheel are made of synthetic material in this entry-level version of the PowerMatic 80 movement. If you want that 70s sports watch with an integrated bracelet look, the Tissot PowerMatic 80 at 35mm is in a class of its own. Since the brand's inception 6 years ago, the Naos has been a cornerstone of their collection. It exemplifies Dustin's vision for a basic, legible design when he launched the company. Aside from the basic dial, a watch contains many other components. Let's get a closer look at the Bauhaus-inspired Naos Automated. The Naos is a 38mm watch that can easily be classified as dressy. However, watches like this are far more versatile than they let on. The only thing holding the Naos back is its water resistance rating, 50 meters, but let's be honest, you weren't swimming with it anyway. Many watches try to lean hard into the dress category and paint themselves in a corner. They're a dress watch and nothing else. The utilitarian white dial gives simple elements on the dial room to spread their legs. The dimensions are spot on at 43mm lug to lug and 12mm tall. The case height is brought down to 10.5mm wrist to crystal, and the Naos takes on an almost legless look on the wrist because of the short lug to lug. The reliable Miyota 821 automatic movement powers the Sternglas Naos. This Japanese movement is known for its accuracy and robust performance. The automatic movement eliminates the need for manual winding, providing convenience for daily wear. In conclusion, the Sternglas Naos Miyota 821A is a testament to the brand's dedication to producing modern, accessible timepieces that focus on quality craftsmanship. Formex is one of the more exciting independent microbrands today, and the Forx Fiel Automatic 41mm is a welcome addition to the lineup. With unique designs and a willingness to try new things, it stands out in an increasingly crowded space. At 41mm in Grade 2 titanium, the listed height is 10.6mm, but due to the downward turned lugs and nearly flush screw-down case back, the watch wears thinner. The Formex website lists it as 8.8mm perceived thickness, and I can't disagree. It is very lightweight. One of the unique elements of the watch is the proprietary on-the-fly micro-adjust system on the lightweight carbon composite deployment that comes with the leather strap. But being lightweight and comfortable doesn't mean it isn't ready to withstand day-to-day wear. The unique hardening process applied to the titanium resists scratches, and the watch is water-resistant to 150 meters. Despite its lightness, it feels exceptionally well put together. You would think such a slim watch would lack dial depth, but two small visual tricks erase that notion. The first is a slight upward curve at the edge of the dial. Although subtle, it provides a hint of added depth. The second and more obvious is the recessed numbers filled with superluminova. These two elements in the custom font create the feel of something different than a typical field watch. The Forx Fiel Automatic 41mm is a well-engineered, well-designed, lightweight, comfortable, and unique take on the everyday field watch. Anyone who has handled the three-hand Seiko 5 Sports line or the SKX Dive watch series that preceded it will recognize the casing of the 5 Sports GMT. Seiko, on the other hand, incorporates a host of additional premium-style elements into the traditional design for this new series. The 42.5mm wide stainless steel case, like so many Seiko designs, feels far smaller than the numbers would suggest, with a wearing experience that feels more like 40mm than 42mm. Similar to the three-hand 5 Sports line, the Seiko 5 Sports GMT watch features rounded, dramatic undercut case sides. These sides minimize the watch's contact with the wrist and add a visual appeal with their polished finish. The rest of the case, typical of Seiko sports watches, includes a tall, heavily knurled rotating bezel, short rounded brushed lugs, and a sizable 4 o'clock crown with flowing asymmetrical guards. The Seiko 5 Sports GMT watch houses the in-house 4R34 automatic GMT movement, the newest variant in the 4R family. Despite its newness, it maintains the same architecture as the familiar three-hand 4R36, ensuring a reliable and accurate timekeeping experience. By bringing a robust and capable mechanical GMT design to a democratic price point, the new Seiko 5 Sports GMT has already earned well-deserved respect in the enthusiast community. Its more premium touches also help it stand out as one of the most impressive.